The court recalls that on 15 July 1924, Italy and the United Kingdom concluded a treaty regulating certain questions concerning the boundaries of their respective territories in East Africa, including what Somalia describes as the Italian colony of Jubaland, located in present-day Somalia, and the British colony of Kenya. By an exchange of notes dated 16 and 26 June 1925, the boundary between the Italian and British colonial territories was redefined in its southernmost section. Between 1925 and 1927, a joint British-Italian commission surveyed and demarcated the boundary. Following the completion of this exercise, the commission recorded its decisions in an agreement signed by British and Italian representatives on 17 December 1927, to which I shall refer as the 1927 agreement. That agreement was formally confirmed by an exchange of notes of 22 November 1933 between the British and Italian governments. I shall collectively refer to the 1927 agreement and this exchange of notes as the 1927-1933 treaty arrangement. Somalia and Kenya gained their independence in 1960 and 1963, respectively. Both parties signed on 10 December 1982 the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, to which I shall refer as UNCLOS, or the Convention. Kenya and Somalia ratified it on 2 March 1989 and 24 July 1989, respectively, and the Convention entered into force for them on 16 November 1994. Both Somalia and Kenya have filed submissions with the Commission on the Limits of the Continental Shelf, to which I shall refer as the CLCS, or the Commission, in order to obtain its recommendations on matters related to the establishment of the outer limits of their continental shelves beyond 200 nautical miles, in accordance with Article 76, Paragraph 8 of UNCLOS. While they previously objected to the consideration by the Commission of each other's submissions, these objections were subsequently withdrawn. As of the date of the present judgment, the Commission has yet to issue its recommendations in respect to the parties' submissions. The Court then gives an overview of the positions of the parties. It notes that they have adopted fundamentally different approaches to the delimitation of the maritime areas. Somalia argues that no maritime boundary exists between the two states and asks the Court to plot a boundary line using the equidistance special circumstances method for the delimitation of the territorial sea and the equidistance relevant circumstances method for the maritime areas beyond the territorial sea. In its view, an unadjusted equidistance line throughout all maritime areas achieves the equitable result required by international law. Kenya, for its part, contends that there is already an agreed maritime boundary between the parties because Somalia has acquiesced to a boundary that follows the parallel of latitude at 1 degree, 39 minutes, 43.2 seconds south. I shall refer to this boundary claimed by Kenya as the parallel of latitude. Kenya submits that even if the Court were to conclude that there is no maritime boundary in place, it should delimit the maritime areas following the parallel of latitude, and that even if the Court were to employ the delimitation methodology suggested by Somalia, the outcome following adjustment to reach an equitable result would be a delimitation that follows the parallel of latitude.